Animals have roamed the earth for much longer than humans have. They range in sizes from the smallest flea to the largest whale. And today, we are going to look at the top 10 scariest animals on earth according to humans. Number 10. Worms. I know what you're thinking. How can worms be one of the top 10 scariest animals? Well, according to humans, it's because they are disgusting. Worms are slimy and just all out gross, and the vote only gets larger as more people see the movie The Mongolian Death Worm. Worms just make people uncomfortable, and although they are completely harmless, aside from your tapeworms and leeches, they are considered the 10th scariest animal on Earth. Number 9. Bears. Bears are carnivorous mammals of the family Ursidae. They are classified as caniforms, or dog-like carnivores. Although only 8 species of bears are extinct, they are widespread, appearing in a wide variety of habitats throughout the northern hemisphere and partially in the southern hemisphere. Bears are found on the continents of North America, South America, Europe, and Asia. Common characteristics of modern bears include large bodies with stocky legs, long snouts, small rounded ears, shaggy hair, plantigrade paws with 5 non-retractable claws, and short tails. While the polar bear is mostly carnivorous and the giant panda feeds almost entirely on bamboo, the remaining 6 species are omnivorous with varied diets. With the exception of courting individuals and mothers with their young, bears are typically solitary animals. They may be diurnal or nocturnal and have an excellent sense of smell. Despite their heavy build and awkward gait, they are adept runners, climbers, and swimmers. Bears use shelters, such as caves and logs, as their dens. Most species occupy their dens during the winter for a long period of hibernation, up to 100 days. Bears have been hunted since prehistoric times for their meat and fur. They have been used for bear baiting and other forms of entertainment, such as being made to dance. With their powerful physical presence, they play a prominent role in the arts, mythology, and other cultural aspects of various human societies. In modern times, bears have come under pressure through encroachment on their habitats and illegal trade in bear parts, including the Asian wild bear market. The IUCN lists 6 bear species as vulnerable or endangered, and even least concerned species, such as the brown bear, are at risk of extirpation in certain countries. The poaching and international trade of these most threatened populations are prohibited, but still ongoing, and although bears are the target of many hunters, people still manage to place bears as the 9th most scariest animal on Earth. Number 8. Tigers. The tiger is the largest living cat species and a member of the genus Panthera. It is most recognizable for its dark vertical stripes and orange fur with a white underside. An apex predator, it primarily preys on ungulates such as deer and wild boar. It is territorial and generally a solitary but social predator, requiring large contiguous areas of habitat, which supports requirements for prey and rearing off its offspring. Tiger cubs stay with their mother for about 2 years, then become independent and leave their mother's home range to establish their own. The tiger was first scientifically described in 1758 and once ranged widely from the eastern Anatolia region in the west to the Amur River basin in the east, and in the south from the foothills of the Himalayas to Bali and the Sunda Islands. Since the earliest 20th century, tiger populations have lost at least 93% of their historic range and have been extirpated from Western and Central Asia, the islands of Java and Bali, and in large areas of Southeast and South Asia and China. Today, the tiger's range is fragmented, stretching from Siberian temperate forests to subtropical and tropical forests on the Indian subcontinent, Indochina, and Sumatra. The tiger is listed as endangered on the IUCN Red List. As of 2015, the global wild tiger population was estimated to number between 3,062 and 3,948 mature individuals, with most of the populations living in small, isolated pockets. India currently hosts the largest tiger population. Major reasons for population decline are habitat destruction, habitat fragmentation, and poaching. Tigers are also victims of human-wildlife conflict, particularly in range countries with a high human population density. The tiger is among the most recognizable and popular of the world's charismatic megafauna. It featured prominently in the ancient mythology and folklore of cultures throughout its historic range and continues to be depicted in modern films and literature, appearing on many flags, coats of arms, and as mascots for sporting teams. Tiger is the national animal of India, Bangladesh, Malaysia, and South Korea. And although humans are the ones hunting them, people still believe that tigers are the eighth scariest animal on Earth. Number 7. Scorpions. Scorpions are predatory arachnids of the order Scorpionus. They have 8 legs and are easily recognized by a pair of grasping pincers and a narrow segmented tail, often carried in a characteristic forward curve over the back and always ending with a stinger. The evolutionary history of scorpions goes back 435 million years. They mainly live in deserts, but have adapted to a wide range of environmental conditions and can be found on all continents except Antarctica. There are over 2,500 described species, with 22 living families recognized to date. Scorpions primarily prey on insects and other invertebrates, but some species hunt vertebrates. They use their pincers to restrain and kill prey or to prevent their own predation. The venomous sting is used for offense and defense. That scary little stinger on the end is the main reason why scorpions are rated the seventh scariest animal on Earth. Number 6. Lions. The lion is a large cat of the genus Panthera, native to Africa and India. It has a muscular, broad chested body, short, rounded head, rounded ears, and a hairy tuft at the end of its tail. It is sexually dimorphic. Adult male lions are larger than females and have a prominent mane. It is a social species, forming groups called prides. A lion's pride consists of a few adult males, related females, and cubs. Groups of female lions usually hunt together, preying mostly on large ungulates. The lion is an apex and keystone predator, although some lions scavenge when opportunities occur and have been known to hunt humans. The species typically does not actively seek out and prey on humans. The lion inhabits grasslands, savannas, and shrublands. It is usually more diurnal than other wild cats, but when persecuted, it adapts to being active at night and at twilight. During the Neolithic period, the lion ranged throughout Africa, Southeast Europe, the Caucasus, Western Asia, and northern parts of India, but it has been reduced to fragmented populations in sub-Saharan Africa and one population in Western India. It has been listed as vulnerable on the IUCN Red List since 1996 because populations in African countries have declined by about 43% since the early 1990s. Lion populations are untenable outside designated protected areas. Although the cause of the decline is not fully understood, habitat loss and conflicts with humans are the greatest causes for concern. One of the most widely recognized animal symbols in human culture, the lion has been extensively depicted in sculptures and paintings, on national flags, and in contemporary films and literature. Lions have been kept in menagerie since the time of the Roman Empire and have been a key species sought for exhibition in zoological gardens across the world since the late 18th century. Cultural depictions of lions were prominent in ancient Egypt, and depictions have occurred in virtually all ancient and medieval cultures in lions' prehistoric and current range. Lions are very territorial, which is why they are rated the sixth scariest animal on Earth. If you are enjoying this video, please hit the subscribe button for more content like this. Keep watching to find out what the number 1 scariest animal on Earth is. I think it will surprise you. Number 5. Crocodiles. Crocodiles are large semi-aquatic reptiles that live throughout the tropics in Africa, Asia, the Americas, and Australia. The term crocodile is sometimes used even more loosely to include all extinct members of the order Crocodilia, which includes the alligators and caimans, the gharial and false gharial, among other extinct taxa. Although they appear similar, crocodiles, alligators, and the gharial belong to separate biological families. The gharial, with its narrow snout, is easy to distinguish, with morphological differences are more difficult to spot in crocodiles and alligators. The most obvious external differences are visible in the head, with crocodiles having narrower and longer heads, with a more V-shaped than U-shaped snout compared to alligators and caimans. Another obvious trait is that the upper and lower jaws of the crocodile are the same width, and the teeth in the lower jaw fall along the edge or outside the upper jaw when the mouth is closed. Therefore, all teeth are visible, unlike an alligator, which possesses in the upper jaw small depressions into which the lower teeth fit. Also, when the crocodile's mouth is closed, the large fourth tooth in the lower jaw fits into a construction in the upper jaw. For hard to distinguish specimens, the protruding tooth is the most reliable feature to determine the species family. Crocodiles have more webbing on the toes of the hind feet and can better tolerate salt water due to specialized salt glands for filtering out salt, which are present but not functioning in alligators. Another trait that separates crocodiles from other crocodilians is their much higher levels of aggression. Crocodile size, morphology, behavior, and ecology differ somewhat among species. However, they have many similarities in these areas as well. All crocodiles are semi-aquatic and tend to congregate in freshwater habitats such as rivers, lakes, wetlands, and sometimes in brackish water and saltwater. They are carnivorous animals, feeding mostly on vertebrates such as fish, reptiles, birds, and mammals, and sometimes on vertebrates such as mollusks and crustaceans, depending on species and age. All crocodiles are tropical species that, unlike alligators, are very sensitive to cold. They separated from other crocodilians during the Eocene epoch, about 55 million years ago. Many species are at the risk of extinction, some being classified as critically endangered. The big, powerful jaws are the main reasons why crocodiles are considered the fifth scariest animal in the world. Number 4. Snakes. Snakes are elongated, limbless, carnivorous reptiles of the suborder Serpentes. Like all their squamates, snakes are ectothermic, amniote vertebrates covered in overlapping scales. Many species of snakes have skulls with several more joints than their lizard ancestors, enabling them to swallow prey much larger than their heads. To accommodate their narrow bodies, snakes' paired organs appear one in front of the other instead of side by side, and most have only one functional lung. Some species retain a pelvic girdle with a pair of vestigial claws on either side of the cloaca. Lizards have evolved elongate bodies without limbs or with greatly reduced limbs about 25 times independently via convergent evolution, leading to many lineages of legless lizards. These resemble snakes, but several common groups of legless lizards have eyelids and external ears which snakes lack, although this rule is not universal. Living snakes are found in every continent except Antarctica and on most smaller land masses. Exceptions include some large islands such as Ireland, Iceland, Greenland, the Hawaiian archipelago, and the islands of New Zealand, as well as many small islands of the Atlantic and Central Pacific Oceans. Additionally, sea snakes are widespread throughout the Indian and Pacific Oceans. More than 20 families are currently recognized, comprising about 520 genera and about 3,900 species. They range in size from the tiny 10.4 centimeter long Barbados thread snake to the reticulated python of 6.95 meters in length. The fossil species Titanoboa cerongenosis was 12.8 meters long. Snakes are thought to have evolved from either burrowing or aquatic lizards, perhaps during the Jurassic period, with the earliest known fossils dating to be between 143 and 167 million years ago. The diversity of modern snakes appeared during the Paleocene epoch. The oldest preserved prescription of snakes can be found in the Brooklyn Papyrus. Most species of snakes are non-venomous, and those that have venom use it primarily to kill and subdue prey rather than for self-defense. Some possess venom that is potent enough to cause painful injury or death to humans. Non-venomous snakes either swallow prey alive or kill by constriction. The venomous fangs and strong body are the reason snakes are rated the fourth scariest animal on Earth. Number 3. Spiders. Spiders are air-breathing arthropods that have 8 legs, chelicerae with fangs, generally able to inject venom, and spinnerets that extrude silk. They are the largest order of arachnids and rank 7th in total species diversity among all other organisms. Spiders are found worldwide on every continent except for Antarctica and have become established in nearly every land habitat. As of August 2022, 50,356 spider species and 132 families have been recorded by taxonomists. I think the fact that one of the solutions submitted by people on what to do when you see a spider is buy a flamethrower or nuke it from orbit gives spiders a good reason to be rated the third scariest animal on Earth. Number 2. Sharks. Sharks are a group of elasmobranch fish characterized by cartilaginous skeleton, 5 to 7 gill slits on the sides of the head, and pectoral fins that are not fused to the head. Modern sharks are classified within the clade Selachomorpha and are the sister group to the rays. However, the term shark has also been incorrectly used to refer to extinct members of the subclass elasmobranchi, which are technically outside the pseudomorphoclade. Notable examples of improper classification include Cladocelache and various other members of the Chondrichthyes class, like the holocephalid Eugene. One writer writes, sharks are actually misunderstood. They wouldn't necessarily harm you. They are very majestic and graceful creatures. They only mistake you as a seal or other prey they eat. It's only a matter of misunderstanding between humans and the sharp-teethed beasts. Yes, some sharks are aggressive, such as the tiger shark, bull shark, and the great white shark, but that's just their instinct, and their instinct is to survive no matter what it takes. But all it takes is those sharp teeth and that aggressive nature that puts sharks as the second scariest animal on Earth. Number 1. Humans. Humans are the most abundant and widespread species of primate, characterized by bipedalism and large, complex brains. This has enabled the development of advanced tools, culture, and language. Humans are highly social and tend to live in complex social structures composed of many cooperating and competing groups, from families and kinship networks to political states. Social interactions between humans have established a wide variety of values, social norms, and rituals which bolster human society. Curiosity and the human desire to understand and influence the environment and to explain and manipulate phenomena have motivated humanity's development of science, philosophy, mythology, religion, and other fields of study. Although some scientists equate the term humans with all members of the genus Homo, in common usage, it generally refers to Homo sapiens, the only extinct member. Anatomically, modern humans emerged around 300,000 years ago in Africa, evolving from Homo heidelbergensis, or similar species, and migrating out of Africa, gradually replacing local populations of archaic humans. For most of history, all humans were nomadic hunter-gatherers. Humans began exhibiting behavioral modernity about 160,000 to 60,000 years ago. The Neolithic Revolution, which began in Southwest Asia around 13,000 years ago, saw the emergence of agricultural and permanent human settlement. As populations became larger and denser, forms of governance developed within and between communities, and a number of civilizations have risen and fallen. Humans have continued to expand, with a global population of over 7.9 billion as of 2022. Genes in the environment influence human biological variation, invisible characteristics, physiology, disease susceptibility, mental abilities, body size, and lifespan. Though humans vary in many traits, any two humans are at least 99% genetically similar. Humans are sexually dimorphic. Generally, men have a greater body strength and women have a higher body fat percentage. At puberty, humans develop secondary sex characteristics. Women are capable of pregnancy and undergo menopause and become infertile at around the age of 50. Humans are omnivorous, capable of consuming a wide variety of plant and animal material, and have used fire and other forms of heat to prepare and cook food since the time of H. erectus. They can survive up to 8 weeks without food and 3 or 4 days without water. Humans are generally diurnal, sleeping on average 7 to 9 hours per day. Childbirth is dangerous, with a high risk of complications and death. Often, both the mother and father provide care for their children who are helpless at birth. Humans have a large and highly developed prefrontal cortex, the region of the brain associated with the higher cognition. They are intelligent, capable of episodic memory, have flexible facial expressions, self-awareness, and a theory of mind. The human mind is capable of introspection, private thought, imagination, volition, and forming views on existence. This has allowed great technological advancements and complex tool development possible through reason and the transmission of knowledge to subsequent generations. Language, art, and trade are defining characteristics of humans. Long-distance trade routes have led to cultural explosions and resource distribution that gave humans an advantage over other similar species. Humans' unpredictable nature gives them the spot for the number one scariest animal on Earth. Thank you for watching this video. Don't forget to like and subscribe to see more videos just like this in the future.